Do you always say I think when you share an opinion in English? I think this. I think that. I think maybe. I think it is good. I think it is bad. I think all the time. Here's the problem. I think is not wrong. Please remember that. You can use it. Native speakers use it. Good English speakers use it. But when you use I think every time, your English can start to sound flat. It can sound basic. It can sound like every opinion has the same shape. And sometimes the real problem is not the phrase. The real problem is that your opinion is too empty. You say, I think it is good. But good how? Useful, interesting, too expensive? Better than before? Not as bad as people say? Today we will fix that. We will not learn 10 complicated phrases. We will learn 3 simple patterns. They are natural. They are useful. And you can use them in real conversations. Pattern 1 is, I feel like. Pattern 2 is, to be honest. Pattern 3 is, from my point of view. But this episode is not only about replacing words, it is about making your opinion clearer, more specific, and more real. First, listen to this weak version. I think this movie is good. I think this restaurant's nice. I think remote work is better. These sentences are correct, but they are not very alive. They do not give the listener much. Now, listen to a better version. I feel like this movie is too slow at the beginning. To be honest, this restaurant is a little overrated. From my point of view, remote work is better for deep work. Can you hear the difference? The better version gives a reason. It gives a feeling. It gives a clearer angle. That is what we are practicing today, not advanced English. Clear English, natural English, English that gives the other person something to respond to. Let's start with the first pattern. I feel like when your opinion is soft, personal, or casual, it is very common in daily conversation. It does not sound too formal. It does not sound too strong. It gives your opinion a softer start. For example, I feel like this cafe is too noisy. I feel like we need more time. I feel like that idea could work. Notice something important. After I feel like you can use a full sentence, I feel like this cafe is too noisy. I feel like we need more time. I feel like English is easier when I practice every day. Now compare these two answers. If someone asks, do you like this app? Weak answer. I think it is good. Better answer. I feel like it is useful, but the design is a little confusing. That second answer sounds more natural. It gives a real opinion. It does not try to sound perfect. It just gives more information. Here's another situation. Your friend asks, do you want to watch this movie? You can say, I think yes. That is understandable, but it sounds a little limited. Try this. I feel like it could be fun, but maybe not tonight. That is more conversational. It sounds like a real person speaking. Now, your turn. Say this slowly. Now finish the sentence. I feel like this lesson is. You can say anything simple. I feel like this lesson is useful. Or I feel like this lesson is easy to follow. Good. Now let's move to the second pattern. To be honest. Use to be honest when you want to sound real and direct. It is useful when your opinion has a feeling inside it. Maybe you are disappointed. Maybe you are surprised. Maybe you disagree a little. Maybe you want to say something true but not rude. For example, to be honest, I was a little disappointed. To be honest, I do not really enjoy small talk. To be honest, I need a break. This phrase helps because it prepares the listener. It says, I am going to be real with you, but your tone still matters. Do not use it like a weapon. Do not use it to sound harsh. Use it calmly. For example, weak version. I think the meeting was bad. Better version. To be honest, I feel like the meeting was too long. That is direct. But it is also specific. You are not attacking the whole meeting. You are naming the real problem. Here's another example. Someone asks, did you like the new restaurant? Weak answer. I think no, better answer. To be honest, like the food was good, but the place was too crowded for me. That sounds much more natural. You are giving a balanced answer. You are not just saying yes or no. You are explaining your experience. Here's one more. Someone asks, do you like learning English online? Weak answer. I think yes. Better answer. To be honest, I like it, but sometimes I miss real conversation practice. That is a strong answer. It is honest, it is personal, and it gives the other person something to ask about. Now, practice with me. Say the phrase, to be honest, again, to be honest. Now, finish this sentence. To be honest, learning English is, you can keep it simple. To be honest, learning English is hard sometimes. Or, to be honest, learning English is more fun when I understand real conversations. Good. Now, the third pattern, from my point of view, this one is a little more structured. It is useful when you want to sound clear. It can work in a meeting. It can work in a class. It can work when you are explaining a decision. It sounds a little more organized than I feel like. For example, from my point of view, this plan is too complicated. From my point of view, online meetings are easier than phone calls. From my point of view, we should test one idea first. This phrase is not too formal, but it gives your opinion a frame. It tells the listener, this is how I see the situation. Now compare. Weak version. I think this plan's bad. Better version. From my point of view, this plan has too many steps. That is much better. It does not just say bad, it says why. Another example, someone asks, should we work from home or from the office? Weak answer. Like, I think home is better. Better answer. From my point of view, working from home is better for focused tasks, but the office is better for quick teamwork. That sounds natural and mature. Like, it gives two sides. It shows you can explain your opinion. Here's the student example. Someone asks, is grammar important? Weak answer. I think grammar is important. Better answer. From my point of view, grammar is important, but speaking practice is more important in the beginning. This is a useful pattern for B1 and B2 learners because you do not need difficult words. You only need a clear structure. Now say it with me. From my point of view? Again, from my point of view, now finish the sentence. From my point of view, speaking English is, you can say, from my point of view, speaking English is easier when I start with simple sentences. Good. Now let's pause and compare the three patterns I feel like is soft and casual. To be honest is real and direct. From my point of view is clear and structured. You do not use them in exactly the same way. They have different feelings. If you are talking with a friend, I feel like is often perfect. If you want to say something true, to be honest is useful. If you are explaining your position, from my point of view, is strong. Now, let's practice with one topic. The topic is remote work, weak opinion. I think remote work is good. Now, make it better with, I feel like remote work gives people more quiet time. Now, with, to be honest, remote work is great, but it can feel lonely. Now, with from my point of view. From my point of view, remote work works best when the team communicates clearly. Same topic, three different feelings. This is how you stop sounding flat. You do not only change the first words, you change the shape of the opinion. Let's do another topic, learning English. Weak opinion. I think English is hard. Better with I feel like English becomes easier when I hear it every day. Better with to be honest. To be honest, English is not easy, but I am getting better slowly. Better with from my point of view. From my point of view, listening every day is more useful than memorizing long word lists. Can you feel the difference? These are still simple sentences, but they sound more thoughtful. Now let's talk about a common mistake. Some learners only replace I think with a new phrase. They say, I feel like it is good, or to be honest, it is good. Or, from my point of view, it is good. That is a small improvement. But it is not the full reset. The full reset is this. Add one clear detail. Not 5 details, just one. Instead of it is good, say why it is useful for beginners. It saves time. It feels more natural. It is easier than I expected. It is too expensive for me right now. One detail can change the whole sentence. Let's practice that. Base sentence. I think this course is good. Better. I feel like this course is useful for everyday conversation. Base sentence, I think the movie is bad. Better. To be honest, the movie was too slow for me. Base sentence. I think this idea is good. Better. From my point of view, this idea is simple enough to test this week. This is the key. Phrase plus detail. Pattern plus reason. Natural start plus clear opinion. Now we will do a longer speaking drill. I will give you a weak sentence. Then I will give you a better version. After that, you can repeat the better version out loud. Weak sentence 1. I think my city is nice. Better. I feel like my city is nice because it is calm and easy to walk around. Repeat. I feel like my city is nice because it is calm and easy to walk around. Weak sentence 2. I think this job is hard. Better. To be honest, this job is hard because I have to make decisions quickly. Repeat. To be honest, this job is hard because I have to make decisions quickly. Weak sentence 3. I think online learning is better. Better. From my point of view, online learning is better when you have a clear routine. Repeat. From my point of view, online learning is better when you have a clear routine. Good. Now let's make it more real. Imagine you are in a work meeting. Someone asks, "What do you think about this plan?" You could say, "I think it is good." But that does not help much. Try this. From my point of view, the plan is strong, but we need a clearer deadline. That answer is useful. It is not too long. It is not too advanced. But it sounds professional. Now imagine you are talking with a friend. Your friend asks, "Did you like the party?" You could say, "I think it was good." Try this. To be honest, I had a good time, but it was a little too loud for me. That sounds real. It gives feeling. Now imagine someone asks, "Do you enjoy speaking English?" You could say, "I think yes." Try this. I feel like I enjoy it more when I stop trying to be perfect. That is a strong sentence, and it is still simple. Now, your turn. Answer this question out loud. Do you like learning English from videos? Use, I feel like. Start now. You can say, "I feel like learning from videos helps me hear natural English." Good. Now answer this question. Is speaking English difficult for you? Use, "To be honest." Start now. You can say, "To be honest, speaking English is difficult when I feel pressure." Good. Now answer this question. What is the best way to improve speaking? Use "from my point of view." Start now. You can say, "From my point of view, the best way is to practice simple answers every day." Nice. Let's do a quick reset before we finish. Do not stop using "I think" forever. That is not the goal. The goal is choice. When you want a normal opinion, "I think" is fine. When you want a softer opinion, use "I feel like." When you want a more honest opinion, use "to be honest." When you want a clearer position, use "from my point of view." And after the phrase, add one detail, one reason, one feeling, one example. That is enough. You do not need a perfect paragraph. You need a natural start and one clear idea. So here is your final practice. Write or say one opinion about English learning. Start with one of today's patterns. I feel like, to be honest, from my point of view, for example, I feel like English is easier when I practice a little every day. Or, to be honest, I understand more than I can say. Or, from my point of view, speaking practice is more important than perfect grammar. Now make your own sentence. Keep it simple, keep it honest, and add one clear detail. If you want, write your sentence in the comments. Use one of today's patterns. I read the practice sentences because they show me what kind of episodes will help you next. And remember, your English does not need to sound complicated. It needs to sound clear. It needs to sound natural, and it needs to sound like you. See you in the next episode.